couple of months ago, I posted this TikTok. Super fun, super normal, and recently it got removed for probably one of the wildest reasons ever. Let's get into it. If you're not familiar with me or my TikTok, hi, I'm Noah Jennings. I am a designer, and on TikTok, I post these videos of fake brands or fake stores, products, things like that for major brands and major celebrities, basically really well-known things like Goldfish, Starbucks, Selena Gomez, in this case, Taylor Swift. So I basically go off of what people are requesting in the comments. So I'll get a ton of comments that say, do, I don't know, Johnny Depp as a movie theater, or do TikTok as a soda brand. And this one was, what if Taylor Swift had her own cosmetics company? Now, if you don't know, Taylor Swift is pretty prominent. She's arguably one of the most well-known A-list singers in the world. She has been for a pretty long time, if we're gonna be really honest. So obviously super interested. Of course I want to do a Taylor Swift video. I haven't done one yet, and I wanted to. Now, the other thing with Taylor Swift is that she has this very iconic and specific look. So one of the traits of that specific look is the red lipstick. It's super saturated. It's like her signature thing. And as I was doing some research before this video, I realized she didn't have any collaborations or her own brand or anything that had to do with actual cosmetics for this lipstick. So of course, the first thing in my head is, well, I'm going to make one for her. I think that would be awesome. I think people would really like that. It's just super believable. It makes a lot of sense. It fits her brand. There really wasn't any reason not to. So fast forward, I made the video, took a few hours, I posted it, and it just took off. I can't remember what size I was at when I did post this video. I do remember that it was a lot less than where I was at now. The video did very much better than most of my other videos do. In fact, it reached a certain point where I think in the first 24 hours it was pushing 3 million views, if not a little bit more, which is pretty crazy. It's really good. It's not going to do mega, it's not going to do 50 million, but it's, I was used to getting 10,000 views in the first hour or 8,000 views in the first hour. So to have one day where it's getting 3 million, you can kind of do the math and figure out it's pretty fast. Lots of views. I think it was at 8.6 million views when all this stuff started occurring. I think it was around 1.9 million likes, 20,000 comments, something like that. I only know this because I took a screenshot of this prior to it being taken down, which I'll probably show right here somewhere. And yeah, I was just scrolling through my page one day. I usually just go back and look because sometimes videos, especially when you have a lot of videos running at the same time, sometimes videos will start performing really well later, weeks after you had posted them. People usually refer to it as a delayed explosion, something like that. And so I was just scrolling through and I saw the dreaded community guidelines violation shadowed out box, which is not good. I've only had one other community guidelines violation problem before, knock on wood, I don't want to have any more. And basically after that happened, I was suspended from posting for 3 days, and then it ended up not even being real. So I'm super nervous, especially because this is a big video, one of my biggest videos to date. And so when I looked, typically it will show why it got taken down, and it'll give you the option to appeal, which means that you can say, hey, I think this was a mistake. Can I have a moderator please look at this, because I don't think this video should have been taken down. This video had none of them. It didn't have a reasoning why, and it also didn't have a option to appeal. So off the bat, I was a little suspect, and I was also, I was pissed. I was really upset. But it's just a video at the end of the day, yada, yada. I was able to get in contact with TikTok and explain to them the situation, say, hey, what's going on? I would love to just know why this video got taken down. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's completely under fair use. All of the stuff that I was using, mock-ups, video, stock footage, that's all fair use, or I own the rights to it. So it doesn't make sense why this would be taken down. And it took a while for them to get back, but I think they were also just trying to figure out what the deal was, and I'm sure that their moderation team is extremely busy. And what they came back with was pretty shocking. Basically, they said it was taken down for two things. The first thing, which I love TikTok, I love the people that work there, I think this is complete bullshit. The first thing that got it taken down for was I showed a clip of Taylor Swift at the very beginning, which I use as a reference so that just on the off chance that person that is viewing that video doesn't know who Taylor Swift is, they can get a quick glimpse of Taylor Swift. Maybe it's like it jogs their memory. They understand what's going on. That's usually what I do. It's no longer than a second. So they told me that the video that I used for that from one of her old music videos was one of the reasons why I got taken down for trademark. Okay, so now using 1 second clips of music videos triggers a copyright trademark issue. I think that's ridiculous. But honestly, the second reason is by far one of the more like jarring, I can't believe this is happening situations, and for a good and bad way. They told me, and this is the terms they used, they told me that it was trademark striked because it was brought to their attention and was confusing to the market. Those are the terms they use, confusing to the market. I'm not a big lawyer guy. I don't really know a lot about law or terms like that. I'm decently understanding of copyright law and like trademarking and how that kind of works, especially in the internet age, because being a creator, you have to be aware of that stuff at least to like a certain degree. But confusing the market is a little weird. And there's a few reasons why. One, everything in my video indicated that it was a theoretical brand, right? I use what if language. I even in the caption, I think said something like, oh my gosh, like imagine, right? Imagine if this was real. What if this was real? This could be really cool. Nothing that was in the realm of I'm making a fake Taylor Swift brand and trying to sell it, etc. Which brings me to my next point. I don't monetize my views on TikTok, which just seems kind of foolish, but I have a long reasoning for it, promise. I don't monetize my views on TikTok right now. So there wasn't necessarily a reason why it should have been taken down under that pretense either. I'm not making any money from it. It's a fake brand. I've explained that it's a fake brand and used, diction that indicates that it's not real. But then I got to thinking, right? So that was my initial thought. Then I got to thinking, the only reason that would be a problem is if one, Taylor Swift and or Taylor Swift's team and or somebody, a brand that partners with Taylor Swift has already been making or producing something like a cosmetics line for her or in her name and stuff like that. Or two, they are planning on doing something like that in the near future. Both I think are honestly great ideas because she would make a killing. She'd make a ton of money off a cosmetics line. So it's not a bad idea. The issue comes with if it's my design, my stock footage, everything else, and I've used that language, why does it get taken down? And I'll be honest with you, they couldn't really give me a reason for it, unfortunately. And I don't blame them because some of this stuff gets a little dicey, especially when you're dealing with these very big name celebrities, and TikTok as a rising platform is really just trying to do right by everybody at the same time, which gets pretty dicey in some situations. So while they told me the conclusion was I'm not going to get my video back up, and it sucks. I really wish it was back up. However, there's some silver linings. A few of those it is what it is, but it has made me a lot less upset about it. The first one being that if you aren't familiar, TikTok videos, the only way that they get discovered, usually the main way, I should say, is that they go on this thing called the For You page. The For You page is like a collection of trending videos, things that TikTok algorithm believes other people would like to see outside of just your following. So getting on the For You page is basically the main way of how you're going to grow your channel. TikTok videos live on the For You page for up to 90 days, 3 months. So anything after that is not going to be pushed on the For You page. Now, again, they change this algorithm every 20 seconds, pretty much, it seems like, honestly. So it could be different now. It could be the same, but that's what I go by. That's the knowledge that I have. This video was posted just over 90 days ago, meaning that even if it were to be restored, the likelihood, honestly, it's zero. The likelihood is zero that it would be pushed to the For You page at all, meaning it's not going to gain me any new followers. I'm probably not going to get any views outside of people that trickle down from newer videos, which honestly, it's so far down the page at that point that it's not really worth it. Two, I asked and I said, can I keep this on my page? Because there's an issue with having a community guidelines video on your page, right? If you have an unresolved community guidelines violation video on your page, obviously TikTok is not going to want to funnel people to your page because it's a risky page at that point. And that makes sense. It's logical. So my question was, can I keep it up? Especially since it's not necessarily like I did anything wrong. I didn't get violated. It wasn't like a violation for, dangerous acts or something harmful or depicting something bad. It was just literally, it happened to be that. And they said, technically, yes, you can keep it up. It won't affect your algorithm because there's a specific way that trademark violations like this work. While I don't get to have the video on my page anymore, it is still on my Instagram. which obviously it's not going to perform as well. My Instagram is much smaller than my TikTok, but I get to keep it on my TikTok, meaning that I don't lose the 1.9 million likes off of the collective total that shows on my page, which is really nice, because that was one of my biggest pet peeves was, am I going to lose this video now? After 3 months, it's grown and grown and grown, and then I just have to lose all of the metrics from it because of some thing that there's basically no way I could have predicted and or seen this coming. And so they said no. So that's good, knock on wood. So basically that's kind of it. It wasn't an awful ending. I think that the fear now is that moving forward, I'll have to be really careful with some of these things that I post, especially when I'm bringing in some big names, because I do have videos up with like Bieber and Gomez and people like that. I gotta be really careful, and hopefully it's not something that becomes a really big issue, because that would make things sophisticated, to say the least. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a comment, like, subscribe. I'm super new to YouTube. I'm just starting to make these new videos and trying to kind of bring some more content off of TikTok onto here. So if you're down for that, please give it a sub. If you also may have just seen me on YouTube, then I do have a TikTok and I post pretty frequently on there, usually every day or two. Go check that out. There's a lot of really fun stuff over there. I'm usually really active on it, talking all the time. And also, if you have any ideas for videos, I'll be doing tutorials, breakdowns, reactions, things like that, design stuff and whatnot. So if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. And basically, thank you so much for taking a second to watch this video. I'll see you guys next time.